Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nida. Welcome to my YouTube channel. First of all, please follow, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Today, our topic is preferential share issue and redemption. Preference share definition according to Section 85 of Company Act 1956. Persons holding preference share called preference shareholders are assured of a preferential dividend at a fixed rate during the life of the company. They also carry a preferential right over other shareholders to be paid first in case of winding up of the company. Thus, they enjoy preferential rights in the matter of a preferential right as to the payment of dividend during the lifetime of the company, a preferential right as to the return of capital when the company is wound up. Types of preferential share: cumulative and non-cumulative, participating and non-participating, convertible and non-convertible, redeemable and non-redeemable. Cumulative and non-cumulative. Holders of cumulative preference shares are entitled to recover the arrears of preference dividend before any dividend is paid on equity shares. Non-cumulative preference shares arrears of dividend do not accumulate, and hence if dividend is to be paid to equity shareholder in any year, dividend at a fixed rate for only 1 year will have to be paid to preference shareholder before equity dividend is paid. Participating and non-participating. Participating preference shareholders are not only entitled to only fixed rate of dividend but have the right to receive any surplus profit which remains after dividend has been paid at a certain rate to equity shareholders. Non-participating preference shareholders are entitled to only fixed rate of dividend. Convertible and non-convertible. Holder of convertible preference share enjoy the right to get preference share converted into equity shares according to the terms of issue. Holder of non-convertible preference share do not enjoy any such right. Redeemable and irredeemable. Redeemable preference share. On such preference shares, the amount is refunded in accordance with Section 255 of the Companies Act 2013. Irredeemable preference shares cannot be redeemed during the life of the company. A company limited by shares cannot issue irredeemable preference shares in India. Issue of preferential share. This issue can be made either at part, at premium, or at discount. Entries for the issue will be made in the usual way. Taking an example of a share 100 and discount and premium at 5%, following journal entries may be made in all three cases. Issue at per bank AC 100 to share capital AC 100. Redemption of preference shares. Important provisions. Redemption of preference shares means repayment of preference share capital to preference shareholders. The Companies Act 2013 allows the issue of redeemable preference shares if articles of association of the company so authorize or permit. No company limited by shares shall, after the commencement of this act, issue any preference shares which are irredeemable. The preference share must be redeemed within a period of years from the date of issue of such shares. To finance infrastructure projects, a company can issue preference shares for exceeding 20 years but not more than 30 years. according to Rule 10 of the Company's Shares and Debentures Rules 2014. The tenure of such preference shares cannot exceed 30 years, and the company shall redeem every year at least 10% of such preference shares. Conditions of redemption: such shares must be fully paid. Partly paid preference shares must be made fully paid before redemption by making final call due and received. In case of calls in arrears, such shares cannot be redeemed till they are made fully paid. Such shares can be redeemed out of distributable profits or out of the proceeds of a fresh issue of shares made for the purpose of redemption. Distributable or divisible profit, profit which can be distributed as dividend. Capital redemption reserve can be created by transfer from divisible profits only. Examples: distributable or divisible profits, surplus in the profit and loss general reserve, dividend equalization reserve, insurance fund or reserve, workman compensation fund, contingency reserve, provision for doubtful debts, provision for taxation only in excess of the required provision, or a liability against such reserve or fund can be used to create. At the end, please follow, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.